we go. It's court preparation time. Pre-trial prep. Yep, it's another one of those things, y'all. So we can set up skills, set skills apparently. That's weird how I have to actually look through all my skill lists just to get this going. Increase damage to the opponents when a statement is destroyed. Okay, I guess. That's really weird that we have, like, skill trials. I will say this is pretty much different from what I thought it would be in comparison to how most Ace Attorney stuff is and whatnot. Okay, so I'm guessing this is like all the truth bullets we have and whatnot. I'm not sure at all how this is gonna go, but we're definitely gonna get something pretty interesting here, for sure. We could also save too. Yeah, let's save again, honestly. What's wrong with saving like several times in a row? I don't know. I honestly and truly do not know. I think we're good on everything else here, so let's just go ahead and finish preparations. Alright, all rise for class trial, everybody.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
He's got a point.
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Friendship penetrates?
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
She kind of sounds like Widowmaker.
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Yeah, sure, that's why.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin!
It's about to begin, the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. This isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Sure, why not? As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim and fire with the triangle. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use the truth bullets, blah 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 blah. Use the option menus during these arguments. You could review the controls. Okay. Alright, so that's kind of weird. That's doing it like this. Make your argument. Evidence of struggle. Okay.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that
The killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Something's off about what was just said. Because Sayaka hasn't resisted at all. There's no explanation of what happened in my room. For the first debate, we'll like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different color. If you haven't noticed, reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see everyone come out, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by holding down the O button. Well then, good luck, have fun.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
The next part.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in
So we gotta like
Makoto's
actually
room.
fire at the word itself.
In the bathroom.
On the bathroom.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
Yep, there we go, right there. I broke it. I broke the game.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
She wasn't there.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
I mean, she wasn't there. Quit picking on Chihiro. That's messed up.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon. Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Make your argument. Kitchen knife set. Okay.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, it wasn't just a random knife. It wasn't just a random knife.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
I mean, I picked that up right away, honestly.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Oh, dang, we went for it. He like comes at you fast.
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Nah, Makoto did it. I'm sure. He denied being innocent. Not an innocent person would not do that.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere. Just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Oh my god, what else is there? You can concentrate by holding down the R1 button. While you're concentrating, time will slow down, so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it will steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge. As the gauge empties, you can't concentrate, but the focus gauge will recover over time. So let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright, some more stuff going on here. Alright, so we got Aoi's account now.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody was in the dining hall.
No, so it moves around. It moves around, so that's why they have a little slowdown thing to tell you about it.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night. All the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But in other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Well, that's just not fair.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right!
Oh, my girl.
Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
This just starts the ship, y'all. Just so y'all know, this starts the ship.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
They were making out, God.
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Woo!
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Y'all see this right here? It was like, I'm just saying. Just saying.
Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
Oh snap, Taka just straight up, just like, oh wow.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because... they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was...
I got it!
Sayaka.
Then
It was Sayaka.
Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
I just want to take a small note here. I love the link that she has, and I love that she has scars all over her body. It's pretty freaking sexy. I'm sorry, but like I have to mention this, because buff girls.
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it?
Yeah, it's called suicide, brah.
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
She's getting a hard-on about this!
No! You're wrong!
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Do you understand? Convict me, everyone's gonna die!
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
I like her mostly because she acts like a knight, honestly. Legitimately, this girl, Kaiko. What made her stand out was the fact that she was constantly trying to protect Nagi, just enough. And it's like, So that's why she's best girl to me. I just want to point that out, because we had time to relax.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yeah, sure, why not? As things advance further in the class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around, and the letter is already found. Compare the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the left. Oh my god, what is with this shooting things? Why do I have to keep shooting people? Something should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. You have to just figure out what that something is. Alright, Hangman's Gambit. Great. H something, I something. What? Oh, so I'm actually tied on this. Oh, duh, hair. Because she was talking about it, I was like, wait a second. Because there's a bunch of lint rollers
That's
and
right!
whatnot.
There wasn't a single hair on the floor!
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true!
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Like, for instance, the whole entire by a furlong? Or, other related hair puns?
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting to the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is... Oh, the object the killer broke. It was, what you calls? Oh, it's the doorknob. Yeah, press.
I got it!
That's what I wanted to do.
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
I just want to say outright, I do like the presentation of this. I am not liking the fact they're pressing me with time, and it's like, I don't need this right now. So it's a weird sort of like anxiety, and yet at the same time it's like stylish. It's a weird tour de force, you know?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kaiko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Oh my god! Okay, from here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak points you see are necessarily false. Use the truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now it is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun. I'll make another argument, y'all. Bathroom door frame. Oh no!
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
No, that's wrong!
Yeah, I know for a fact. I dangle got you. I dang got you done goot.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
I mean, luck is how you perceive things, too.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The switch signs. The signs that were switched. The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know, yeah, that it took place in his room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
I mean, you could technically just, like, it's, like, all false. You can set it up to where you're like, oh, yeah, because, like, I knew.
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
I like how her hair, like, kind of, like, goes into, like, a little question mark thing.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka would let someone in because... Oh, jeez Louise. What was this again? The victim was the body was discovered. Death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was established. Blah blah blah. Just the switching room bit then. I would present that.
I got it. Because Sayaka was already scared. Remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique. But even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
And that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
I finally realized exactly what the motivation was for that meeting. Okay, cool.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Sure.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Oh, here comes another debate, another argument. Door nameplates. Okay, cool.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
I mean, she kind of just ignored the whole entire thing again. But I went into my room instead of Sayaka's. The reason for that is, it has to be because of what got switched between my and Sayaka's rooms. Yeah,
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that one.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come
no, that's
to...
for concentration. God dang it.
It specifically says, my room.
I see.
What?
So if someone read that note...
God dang it.
Then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Can I go back? Can I
Exactly.
go back?
The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, that's wrong.
Did I actually break it? Was that the correct one, or what?
The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
I mean, that was like the most obvious thing. Like, how does she not know that out of all the things?
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right.
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms. The killer, of course! It's also obvious.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
So, I want to take a brief note right here to say that in the demo of this game, they did something very interesting where they actually did not kill Sayaka first. What they did was they killed somebody else in comparison, first and foremost. And I've always found that pretty dang cool that they actually did the demo to where like, oh yeah, like you found the first killer, but really you didn't actually find the first killer because the demo has a different victim, a different killer. in comparison. So I always thought that was a neat little trick, neat little bit.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just 2. 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken, fake sword, is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Yeah, it should be like right here. Little glitter.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop... Really?! Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You press the L1 button to rotate the cylinder, and choose which bullets to fire. Press and release the L1 button to cycle through each bullet. Or you could hold down the L1 button, then use the left stick to select a specific bullet. By the way, the logical difficulty setting is kind. Fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun. So it's at the mean setting right now? Oh, okay. Alright, so it's probably replica sword or replica sword sheath.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
Sword-based sneak attack, eh? I don't think that's it.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist!
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, they took the knife. The person with the sword really did attack first. There's no explanation on how a certain part of the sword got damaged. Okay,
when the fighting broke out,
it's probably the shield.
The culprit grabbed the
but
sword.
I can't really
and that's
see.
when the first blow.
Okay, cool. So I can actually look at this, and I won't have to worry about everything else. Alright, so let's look at this here. Took from the gym entryway. The sheath was found some distance from the sword itself. It shows evidence of being scratched with a sharp object. If you were going to attack someone with a sword, you would absolutely certainly remove the sheath first. So this is the problem. It was not attacked first. So we are using the sword.
What was dealt? A sword-based sneak attack!
No, that's wrong! Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Huh? Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her broken wrist? The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. You want to use the sword, what part of the body? Your broken wrist, yeah.
Shoot!
Oh, no! Okay. Part of her body that shows she never used a sword. If you want to use a sword, which part of the body would you use? Your palms or stomach?
I got it!
So it has to be that one, obviously.
You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Okay. No, that's exactly the reason why.
No, that's not it at all.
It was too, confess, Makoto! There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens in the bathroom at nighttime. The water was off. Water can't remove. She's afraid of water. Oh, she's afraid of water.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Ugh.
Oh my.
You're no different! You smell like a big fat ugly donkey!
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
It's an insult, buddy. Like, for real. Okay.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have been the one without the sword.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Yes! The last time! It was pretty dang obvious once we figured out that she took the kitchen knife. That she was the one.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
She did ask for help. Anything that we could do.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Dang, that's cold, Bakugan.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument!
I mean, have we really?
You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it!
We're finding motive here, Monokuma. Come on! It's just, we need to find motive.
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? I was not committed to finding out who killed her. But how can I do it? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. I mean, there totally is, but okay, fine, whatever. Dying message, and that's it, really. Okay.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
That's a dang lie, dude. That's straight up a lie.
No, that's wrong!
There's at least one clue there. Like, how is this?
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Everyone just decided to forget that. Just minor convenience. Just like,
Dying. Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember?
Yeah, 11037. Duh, it was the hacker to write.
11037. Written in her own blood.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I could prove it. Fatal wound, right wrist, left index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
I gotta say, I like that particular line of dialogue from Fondo to Chihiro. It'll be interesting later on, I swear.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but... Looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
It kinda does. I mean, 11 is just nonsense, and actually has something to it. Damn, it's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Huh? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Select someone. Baseball. I can't believe you.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
By the way, I do want to say, the first case is a good case. And I have nothing against the actual first case of this game. It is not the reason why I hate this game. In fact, it's the reason why I first started to like the anime, because it's such an interesting, simple twist to a mystery. And it honestly has I have no quarrels with this actual part right here. We're gonna get to like later cases where I'm kind of like, oh no, not so much. And it's really the end point that I actually start having really big problems with it. But for the most part, the actual cases here, I kinda like. I will admit, my hatred for it comes mostly from the end, so just so you all know. I am actually enjoying myself, but I'm still, like, this doesn't change my mind over the overall story, because again, like I said before, spoil myself on it, I know what happens, I know the stupid little thing, I don't like it. I don't like the twists that happen, as it were. But this twist right here, this little thing, spot on, right on the nose, really good twist, real good show.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
Help! Leon! Help me, Leon!
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
I'm gonna have to agree with him. He didn't do it. Look at him. Look at his face. Not that one. The one right by there on case 01. It looks more convincing.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
I gotta agree.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of? It's that thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator, right? Where is it? Where's the dangle thing? Burnt shirt piece, there you go. Yeah, oh. I have to keep pressing triangle, I forget that.
You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right! There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention of in order to figure out who's responsible. When it was disposed of, how it was disposed of.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty.
I dang knew
So
it.
the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Of course, it's all so obvious. They would make it that obvious.
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Uh-oh. Another debate time. Fun rhyme. It doesn't have me playing a game? Really? It doesn't? That's weird.
The key
Why?
to the trash room.
It looks like
Whoever
Ram.
was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
I mean, not
And
really.
you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy...
No, that's wrong.
You wouldn't have to get close to the incinerator. You would not have to get close to the incinerator. That this thing will fly.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
Killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was divine with it, roll it.
I
Flip
got
it.
it!
Pop it.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. It's quite certain, it was off last time I was down here. Yes, it was the work of the fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because... Oh, it's my fanfic writer. Boom! Right there! Gotcha! Gotcha, son!
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
I mean, they pretty much made it to where it was 2 stupid ones and 1 good one. That's just so dumb.
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? I suppose so. But I will say the anime did deliver a very nice little bit here. With the way things were working out. And as far as I can tell, the anime actually does a really good thing here where it just kind of like... It makes the style of the game itself alive in the actual anime. So if the anime would just have slowed down a little bit more, it probably would have been on par with what a lot of people were expecting. Because I gotta tell you, the first case, nothing was lost, honestly. Nothing was absolutely lost in the first case. First case was good in the anime. And I will fight people for that. I will fight people for sure. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to the end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic, there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, you take aim in a missing section and press the X button. Holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun! Closing argument begun! Alright, this is pretty cool. So... Whoa. Oh, okay, it goes that way, okay. So, first things first. That's likely what happened first. Then, there goes with the sword swinging. Attacks. Oh, god dang it, dude. Oh, is there more? Yeah, there is more. So I would probably put... Oh my god, dude. Alright, so... Defend yourself. And then we get this little thing right here. In the back. I assume as much. And then... Over here... I imagine that's the case right there. Yeah, she breaks her wrist, goes, ah! Then she, like, falls on out. She goes over here, she's afraid. Oh, hold up. So, this right here? Okay. So, does everything go into place or something, or what? There's the back corner right there. There's that knocking. Got that going on too. So she's afraid now. Something there. She gets killed. Act 2. Oh my god, dude, this is getting very annoying. Mainly because there's a lot that I could easily get wrong, and I just don't rightly know where it stops, begins, and all the other such and such. Put that right there. And then, balled up shirt. And then... Oh wait, no, actually. That goes right here. And this goes over here. So there's only a few more places that are like really shown about things. I imagine this is the spot where she actually like does that mess. So alright, this is the spot right here. Okay, so we can actually reenact it now. So, is this the only spot that really isn't, or could this like go here?
Here's exactly what happened. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I'd put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to rearrange the events of the case. Okay. Okay, so that's the correct one right there. So where's the other part right here? Like, yeah, right? Like, that would be it. All of that there, that's all correct so far. Was that the only part I got wrong then? Yeah, because then she's like, oh no, like, he has a sword. And then all that happens, so I'm guessing this is the spot right here? And then he's like cleaning up and such. And that should be all
Here's
of it.
exactly what happened! During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I'd told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
Really?
Isn't that right, Leon?
Got him.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
I have the evidence? Your full bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Okay, apparently I do. Sometimes during the class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. If this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We refer to this as bullet time battle, aka the BTB, by the way. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Oh, great, there's rhythm involved. Match your button presses of each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Press the X button to lock on to an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you're locked onto with a triangle button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. If the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. So we just have to hit the same correct buttons. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At this point, you can press the triangle button to shoot it down with a truth bullet, like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Alright.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws?
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Okay. The moment of truth. Okay.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking!
It's literally just a little
Shut
game.
up! Where's your proof? You kidding me?
All it really
Not a chance!
is.
Stupid!
Really?
You lie! Shut up!
Okay. Well, this
Where's
is
your
a
proof?
very odd thing.
You kidding me? Not a chance!
Oh god, I don't...
It wasn't me! Stupid!
Did I get... I failed! What? Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. What the fuck? Really now? Damn, you better not, like, do this to where just, like... Oh my god!
Is this really the end for all?
Yeah, let's give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet!
Okay. Absolutely. Can I actually just, like... I am not liking the fact that there's a tempo up thing going on here, and I hate that. Cool, awesome. I can't save or anything. I am not gonna look forward to this bit. I am not gonna look forward to this at all. Why do you make your buttons press with each thing? Press the X button to lock onto opponent's statement. Okay. Destroy the statement you've locked on. Okay. So I have to look at things and then do it. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna hate this
When the killer
mechanic.
removed the screws from the doorknob.
I know I'm gonna hate this mechanic, just so y'all know. I am absolutely going to.
Instead...
Okay. Can I please just, like, save or something? Not gonna let me save at all.
I refuse to acknowledge you!
Oh my god. Alright then. Come on, hurry up. Yeah, I know. Come on.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance!
Okay,
Stupid!
so that's how I do it.
You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me?
This is
not
really
a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking!
Final strike. Okay, cool, awesome.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
Alright, cool, awesome. It's not nearly as hard, but it's really awkward. And it's
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed.
Let me just say I'm a bigger fan of Phoenix Wright's like head trial towards it. Like they have like this little logical like step-by-step thing that they've been doing since I believe 5. Ace Attorney 5. I like that way more because it's like a final like last moment thing, and it already feels like there was already a final thing with that whole entire like setup to like do that. I don't know, whatever. It's not the worst thing, but god dang it, I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's not objectively bad though.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh?
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Results: A. Ooh, I'm getting an A so far. No! Oh, cool, A. I did it, fam. I got an A. Oh, I got 75 medals. This is it's a good day.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes?
I suppose.
You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Alright, who was found guilty? Baseball, baseball, baseball! Hey! Baseball! You're up next, buddy! Good job, you won, I think. Looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hey, hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
Don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'll be the one standing here. There's a complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's
all.
Hey! Come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if I've been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then the truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw there. If that was her, and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here! One thing that was more important to her than anything else. Her dreams? Her friends? Has something like that happen to them? And Sayaka... I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for friends that meant so much for her, that's why she betrayed me? So when she said,
no matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
She was lying to me from the beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I could do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy, howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended to pure madness. What did I say?
Phew!
I understand, really, I do. Yup, yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion and intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us! This is all your fault! Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault! Suddenly in a frenzy. I had lunch at Monokuma. But
that's enough.
as angry as I was, Koiko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it!
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
That was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, did you?
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you are so magnificently revealed that I didn't either kill her during the class trial, the Blackened, Leon Kuwata, will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? Not that you shut yourself in the bathroom. You went on your way to head back to your room. Then you came all the way back, broken in the bathroom, and killed it. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
That's not... Stop it! I've had enough of this!
Oh!
Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone. Were you not? You killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't see if Leon is solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him.
Huh?
If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in the situation. The mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Do you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up! Okay, well, anyway, more importantly...
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's hurry up and get what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment!
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey, come on now!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
What, no bear puns?
No!
I gotta say, the screaming was a lot more realistic in the game than it is in the anime. Oh no, poor Leon, he's been dragged on. The thousand blow. Okay. Yeah, dude, that would kill you pretty easily. For one, it's like super close up, and they're getting pelted by baseballs, and baseballs are freaking like they hurt. They put people unconscious, dude, just like with like one hit to the head with a force. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, we can't call it that. What else could we call it?
Extreme!
Now my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. What's going on?
I can't take it.
I can't take this anymore. You really have to keep doing this. I just can't take it.
Well,
hey, if you don't like it. All you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if a single one of you could get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you! Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make me sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in the case of dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are we putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying, what I'm saying quite fit together.
Shit.
Piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass in the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? If you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets of the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. You're being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the skull, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning in there. Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for, after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no. It wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stones, their voices dead. But it was in that moment...
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered in my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The not never crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why. As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you could know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure. And we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it. Don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of strength to leave her dying message proves it. She didn't care what happened to you. She never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're a kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the death of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others will never be able to break free in such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? That's... I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past them like that? Leon... Sayaka... I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile. That's the good stuff right there, them small smiles. Baby, I love them. I love the small smiles.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How do you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
I knew it! Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. Chapter 1, to survive. The end. Ooh. To be continued. Ooh, the spare bat. I got the item. I got the power. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the stream for today. We got one is the loneliest number trophy. That's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Pretty nice and dandy like rare candy. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow with whatever the heck it is after Chapter 1. Thank you all for joining on in. It was a pleasure streaming this. As much as I don't actually like this game, as it was. And it's not really that I don't really like this game. I don't really hate this game. I hate a certain thing about the game. Kind of ruined a lot about it. And I'm still on about it. It's not changed my mind, but I am willing to admit that it does have the style and whatnot. I just don't like to admit it, you know? It's just, 999's better. Fight me, RL. I don't know. It's whatever, man. So yes, thank you all again, Dream Warrior especially, for showing up and just having a nice little doodle dad. Anybody else watching, especially those out there in the YouTubes, hopefully I fixed all my situations, because it was a mess, and it probably still is a mess, but whatever. Till next time, everybody. Sayonara. Boy, boy.